stools out here. All right, fellas, we're going to sing Mountain Greenery. What are you going to play?
In the late 1950s and 60s, Desilu emerged as a significant force in television, producing a variety of beloved shows. Among these was The Dick Van Dyke Show, which featured a memorable moment involving Mary Tyler Moore. In a bold move to illustrate a point about gender roles and societal expectations, she famously removed her pants during a scene. This act was not just for shock value, it was a deliberate choice to challenge the norms of the time. The scene unfolded in a comedic context, yet it carried a deeper message about women's liberation and the absurdity of certain social conventions. Moore's character, Laura Petrie, often navigated the complexities of being a modern woman, balancing domestic life with her own aspirations. This particular moment resonated with audiences, showcasing her talent for blending humor with poignant commentary. The impact of this scene extended beyond the show, contributing to the evolving conversation about women's rights and representation in media.
How do you handle a situation like this one?
Well, just the same way your husband does. I have a talk with Tommy and tell him how I feel about it.
The Dick Van Dyke Show was a beloved sitcom created by Carl Reiner that aired on CBS from October 1961 to June 1966. Over its 5 seasons, the show produced a total of 158 half-hour episodes, captivating audiences with its clever writing and engaging performances. The series starred Dick Van Dyke as Rob Petrie, a television comedy writer who navigated the ups and downs of both his professional and personal life. Mary Tyler Moore played his charming wife, Laura, who often found herself in humorous situations alongside her husband. The show also featured talented actors such as Rose Marie and Maury Amsterdam, who portrayed Rob's witty colleagues, Sally Rogers and Buddy Sorrell, respectively. Larry Matthews played their son, Richie, adding a family dynamic to the series. The Dick Van Dyke Show is remembered for its innovative storytelling, memorable characters, and the chemistry between its cast, making it a classic in television history.
We're going to be here until all hours of the night. Oh, you boys better call your wives.
The show was set in 2 main locations that played a significant role in shaping its narrative and character dynamics. One of these locations was the work atmosphere of Rob Petrie, the head writer of a comedy variety show. This setting provided a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes workings of television during the early 1960s, showcasing the creative process, the challenges of writing comedy, and the interactions among the show's staff. The workplace was filled with humor, camaraderie, and the occasional chaos that comes with producing a live show. The other primary location was the home life of Rob, his wife Laura, and their son Richie in suburban New Rochelle, New York. This setting offered a warm and relatable backdrop where family life unfolded. The interactions between Rob and Laura highlighted the joys and challenges of marriage, parenting, and everyday life. Their home was a place of love, laughter, and occasional misunderstandings, reflecting the typical American family of that era. The contrast between Rob's professional life and his home life created a rich tapestry of storytelling that resonated with audiences, making the show a beloved classic.
Just remember him.
Say, Hap.
Say, look, Rob, I'm way ahead of you. I know what's running through that soft, sentimental...
Many characters in the Dick Van Dyke Show were inspired by real people, reflecting the life experiences of Carl Reiner, who served as the head writer for Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows. This background provided a rich source of material for the show's humor and character development. The interactions and dynamics seen on the show often mirrored the relationships and situations Reiner encountered during his career in comedy. Additionally, Mary Tyler Moore's character, Laura Petrie, was notably influenced by the style and appearance of Jackie Kennedy during her time as First Lady. The show's creators wanted Laura to embody a modern, fashionable woman of the early 1960s, and Jackie Kennedy's iconic look served as a perfect reference point. This connection not only added depth to Laura's character, but also helped to shape the cultural landscape of television at the time, making her a relatable and aspirational figure for many viewers. The blend of real-life inspiration and cultural references contributed significantly to the show's enduring appeal and relevance in American television history.
Daddy told me.
I thought so. His daddy told him.
Carl Reiner honed his skills as a writer and performer on Your Show of Shows, a groundbreaking variety show that featured a talented ensemble of writers and performers, including Mel Brooks and Selma Diamond. This experience provided Reiner with a rich foundation in comedy and television writing. Drawing from his own life experiences, he crafted a pilot for a new sitcom titled Head of the Family. This show was inspired by his life as a television writer and family man, showcasing the humorous aspects of domestic life. However, it was not until Sheldon Leonard became involved that the show truly evolved. Leonard, a prominent figure in television production, recognized the potential in Rayner's concept and helped shape it into what would eventually become the Dick Van Dyke Show. This transformation marked a significant moment in television history, as the show went on to become a beloved classic, known for its clever writing and memorable characters. The collaboration between Reiner and Leonard was instrumental in bringing this innovative sitcom to life, setting a standard for future television comedies.
Second of all, help me write some new Baldy jokes to insult him.
It's a deal. But don't worry,
Johnny Carson and Dick Van Dyke were both strong contenders for the lead role of Rob in the iconic television series The Dick Van Dyke Show. Ultimately, Dick Van Dyke secured the role, largely due to his impressive success on Broadway, particularly in the musical Bye Bye Birdie. His experience and charisma made him a perfect fit for the character, which would become one of his most memorable roles. On the other hand, Mary Tyler Moore's journey to being cast as Laura was quite interesting. Initially, she faced rejection for a role in The Danny Thomas Show, which could have discouraged many. However, the producers of The Dick Van Dyke Show remembered her talent and decided to cast her as Laura, despite some initial concerns about her youth. This decision proved to be pivotal, as her chemistry with Van Dyke contributed significantly to the show's charm and success. Their performances together created a dynamic that resonated with audiences, making the series a beloved classic in television history.
Dessert.
Hey, Rob, now look out for that truck. You might trip.
Don't kid me again, Jim.
No, I'm not kidding you. There's a truck right there. Watch the truck.
Mary Tyler Moore took a bold stance regarding her wardrobe choices for her role in The Dick Van Dyke Show. She preferred to wear comfortable clothing, specifically capri pants, which was a significant departure from the network's traditional expectations for female characters. The network favored more conventional attire, such as skirts and high heels, which were seen as more appropriate for women on television at that time. Initially, the network resisted Moore's request to wear capri pants, believing it would not align with the image they wanted to project. However, Moore was determined to make her point. To demonstrate the practicality and appeal of her preferred clothing, a humorous scene was filmed featuring her in capri pants. This scene was well received and showcased her character's personality in a relatable way. Ultimately, the network recognized the positive response and relented, allowing Moore to wear capri pants in her role. This decision not only highlighted Moore's influence on the show, but also marked a subtle shift in television fashion norms during the early 1960s.
Hey, it's getting late. Boy, we better attack those ribs before the gang gets here.
Van Dyke struggled with his desire to please others, which often led him to overextend himself. This tendency contributed to his battle with alcoholism. He recognized the impact of his addiction on his life and relationships, prompting him to seek treatment. His journey toward recovery was not easy, but it marked a significant turning point in his life. Meanwhile, Mary Tyler Moore faced her own health challenges. She began to experience troubling symptoms such as dizziness and unexplained weight loss. After undergoing medical evaluations, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. This condition required her to manage her health carefully, impacting her daily life and work. Both Van Dyke and Moore dealt with personal struggles that shaped their experiences on and off the set of their iconic show. Their resilience in facing these challenges added depth to their characters and endeared them to audiences who admired their talent and perseverance.
Between us, haven't you?
No, not at all. I just asked.
No, Millie, you did notice something now, didn't you?
Well, I'm noticing it now.
During the show's fourth season, Rose Marie faced a significant personal tragedy with the death of her husband. Despite her grief, she was encouraged to remain on the Dick Van Dyke Show. This decision was not only a testament to her strength, but also a way for her to cope with her loss. The environment of the show provided a supportive backdrop, allowing her to channel her emotions into her work. Many episodes of the series drew inspiration from real-life experiences shared by the cast and crew, reflecting the authentic nature of the storytelling. Carl Rayner, the show's creator, often incorporated these personal anecdotes into the scripts, creating relatable and heartfelt moments. This approach not only enriched the narrative, but also fostered a sense of camaraderie among the cast, as they navigated their own lives while portraying characters that resonated with audiences. The blend of humor and genuine emotion became a hallmark of the series, making it a beloved classic.
How do you do?
You too, honey.
How do you do, Miss Kermit?
The Dick Van Dyke Show, which first aired in 1961, remains a beloved classic that showcases the comedic talents of its titular star, Dick Van Dyke, alongside Mary Tyler Moore. The series, created by Carl Reiner, is a clean sitcom that appeals to both adults and children, offering humor that is straightforward and accessible. This quality sets it apart from many contemporary comedies, which often rely on more complex or edgy humor. At the heart of the show is the dynamic between Van Dyke's character, Rob Petrie, a head writer for a comedy show, and his wife, Laura, played by Moore. Their relationship is characterized by love and mutual respect, even as they navigate the comedic challenges of daily life. The show effectively captures the essence of a typical American family in the early 1960s, with episodes often revolving around relatable domestic situations and workplace antics. The chemistry between Van Dyke and Moore is palpable, and their performances are enhanced by the supporting cast, including Maury Amsterdam and Rose Marie, who bring their own brand of humor to the mix. One of the standout features of the Dick Van Dyke Show is Van Dyke's exceptional physical comedy. His ability to convey humor through movement and expression is a highlight of the series. Episodes frequently showcase his talent, whether through elaborate dance sequences or imaginative dream scenarios that allow him to explore the limits of his comedic abilities. This physicality adds a layer of entertainment that resonates with audiences, making his character both endearing and relatable. However, some critiques arise regarding the character dynamics within the show. While Rob is often portrayed as the responsible figure, he frequently finds himself reacting to the quips and antics of his coworkers and wife. This can create a sense of imbalance, as his character sometimes appears less witty compared to those around him. Despite this, the show's charm lies in its ability to resolve conflicts by the end of each episode, reinforcing the idea of a loving family unit. The portrayal of their son, played by Larry Matthews, adds another dimension to the family dynamic. His innocent perspective often serves as a source of humor, although opinions on his performance vary. While some viewers may find his acting less impressive, others appreciate the role he plays in highlighting the comedic elements of family life. Overall, the Dick Van Dyke Show stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of classic sitcoms. Its blend of physical comedy, relatable family scenarios, and strong character relationships creates a viewing experience that is both entertaining and heartwarming. The show remains a staple of nostalgic television, offering a glimpse into a simpler time, while still providing humor that resonates with audiences today. It is a program that families can enjoy together, making it a timeless classic in the realm of television history.
To comedy, I have an unerring instinct.
That's right, you got the instinct of a herring.
As we wrap up our journey through the beloved episodes of the Dick Van Dyke Show, a new chapter awaits. What happened to the talented cast after the laughter faded? In this bonus segment, we delve into the lives of the actors who brought Rob, Laura, and their friends to life. Discover the surprising twists and turns in their careers, from groundbreaking roles to unexpected ventures. Did they continue to shine in Hollywood, or did they take paths less traveled? We'll explore the legacy of these iconic figures, revealing how their time on the show shaped their futures and influenced generations of entertainers. Join us as we uncover the stories behind the smiles, the challenges they faced, and the triumphs that followed. This is not just a look back. It's a chance to see how the magic of the Dick Van Dyke Show continued to resonate long after the final curtain fell.
No, I don't think Randy'd walk off the show.
Well, I do.
Why?
I don't know, I like to think that basically all...
Ross Elliott portrayed Dr. Phil Ridley in the 1961 series The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character marked by his charm and wit, often serving as a foil to the main characters. Elliott's performance brought a unique depth to the role, showcasing his ability to balance humor with a touch of seriousness. However, his career faced challenges after the show ended. Elliott struggled to find substantial roles in a rapidly changing television landscape, leading to a decline in his visibility. In his personal life, Elliott faced significant hardships. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his career and relationships. Scandals surrounding his personal choices often overshadowed his professional achievements, leading to a tumultuous reputation in Hollywood. Despite these struggles, he remained resilient, taking on various roles in theater and smaller television projects. The last known information about Ross Elliott indicates that he lived a quiet life away from the spotlight, reflecting on his past while grappling with the shadows of his earlier fame. His legacy remains a complex tapestry of talent intertwined with personal demons.
I'm going to have a fight with my wife to give you guys funny lines.
Hey, I know where we can go with it. We can do a comedy.
Carl Reiner's portrayal of Alan Brady in The Dick Van Dyke Show was a complex blend of humor and authority. As the egotistical television star, Reiner brought a sharp wit and a commanding presence that captivated audiences. His character often served as a foil to the show's protagonist, showcasing the struggles of creative professionals in the entertainment industry. This role solidified Reiner's status as a comedic genius, yet it also marked the beginning of a tumultuous journey in his life. After the show ended, Reiner faced personal hardships, including the loss of his beloved wife, Estelle, in 2008. This event deeply affected him, leading to a period of introspection and solitude. Despite his success, he grappled with the shadows of fame, including the pressures of public life and the fear of being forgotten. Reiner also faced criticism for his political views, which sometimes alienated segments of his fan base. In his later years, Reiner remained active in the industry, collaborating with younger comedians and sharing his wealth of knowledge. He was known for his sharp commentary on contemporary issues, often reflecting on the changing landscape of comedy. The last known information about Reiner indicates that he continued to engage with fans and the media until his passing in 2020, leaving behind a legacy that resonates in the world of entertainment.
Love your lover, let blue skies be your cover. And when it rains, we'll have the weather. And
Rose Marie, known for her role as Sally Rogers in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show, brought a unique blend of wit and charm to the character. Sally, a sharp and ambitious comedy writer, was a trailblazer for women in television during a time when such roles were rare. Rose Marie's performance was marked by her quick humor and strong presence, making her a memorable part of the ensemble cast. After the show ended, Rose Marie faced significant challenges in her personal life. She endured the loss of her husband, which deeply affected her. Additionally, she battled health issues, including a serious illness that required extensive treatment. Despite these hardships, she continued to work in entertainment, appearing in various television shows and stage productions. Rose Marie also had a passion for music, showcasing her talents in cabaret performances. In her later years, she remained active in the industry, participating in interviews and documentaries. The last known information indicates that she passed away in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and talent.
Bob, see if she wants her teeth fixed.
Jerry, you're just awful. Isn't he awful?
Marty Ingalls portrayed Saul Pomeroy in the 1961 episode of The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character that brought a unique blend of humor and complexity to the series. Saul was a quirky, somewhat eccentric character who added depth to the storyline, showcasing Ingalls' ability to balance comedic timing with a touch of pathos. Following his role on the show, Ingalls' career continued in television and film, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled with typecasting and often found it difficult to secure leading roles. His personal life was marked by tumultuous relationships, including a high-profile marriage to actress Shirley Jones, which was often scrutinized by the media. Ingalls faced financial difficulties and battled depression, leading to a series of scandals that tarnished his public image. In his later years, he became more reclusive, with little information emerging about his life. The last known details indicate he passed away in 2015, leaving behind a legacy of both laughter and sorrow.
Hi, Sal. Well, am I late?
Naturally.
Where's Rob?
Richard Deacon portrayed Mel Cooley, the often beleaguered producer on The Dick Van Dyke Show, from 1961 until the series ended in 1966. Deacon's character was known for his dry wit and exasperation with the show's antics, providing a counterbalance to the more whimsical characters. His performance was marked by a subtle blend of humor and frustration, making Mel a memorable part of the ensemble. After the show, Deacon continued to work in television, appearing in various series and guest roles, but he struggled to find a role that matched the impact of Mel Cooley. In his personal life, Deacon faced significant challenges. He battled depression, which he later spoke about openly, shedding light on the darker aspects of fame. His marriage to actress and singer Patricia Deacon ended in divorce, adding to his personal struggles. In the late 1970s, he faced health issues, including a heart condition that required surgery. Despite these hardships, he remained active in the industry until his passing in 1984. The last known information about Deacon highlights his legacy as a talented actor who who navigated the complexities of fame and personal turmoil.
I care about ethics very much, Mr. Sorrell. You do, huh? Sure don't sound like it. Well, if you'll allow me to...
Jamie Farr's role as the delivery boy in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show was a brief yet memorable appearance that showcased his comedic timing and charm. This early role marked the beginning of his journey in television, where he would later gain fame as Klinger in MASH. Farr's portrayal of Klinger, a cross-dressing soldier seeking a discharge, became iconic, reflecting both humor and the complexities of identity during wartime. After MASH ended, Farr faced personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. He struggled with the pressures of fame and the typecasting that often followed actors from successful shows. Despite these challenges, he continued to work in television and theater, appearing in various guest roles and stage productions. Farr's life was not without controversy. He faced scrutiny for his portrayal of Klinger, which some viewed as perpetuating stereotypes. However, he defended his character as a means of exploring deeper themes of acceptance and individuality. In recent years, Farr has remained relatively private, focusing on his health and family. As of the latest updates, he is enjoying retirement, reflecting on a career that has left a lasting impact on television history.
Prettier with brown hair too?
No, I think she's prettier with yellow.
You do?
In the 1961 episode of The Dick Van Dyke Show, Jackie Joseph portrayed Alberta Schweitzer, a character that brought a unique blend of charm and complexity to the series. Joseph's performance was marked by a captivating presence, showcasing her ability to balance humor with deeper emotional undertones. This role highlighted her talent in navigating the intricacies of character-driven storytelling, a skill that would define her career. After the show, Joseph faced significant challenges. She struggled with the transition from television to film, often finding herself typecast in supporting roles. Personal hardships included a tumultuous marriage to actor and director Ken Barry, which ended in divorce. Joseph also dealt with the pressures of Hollywood, including the constant scrutiny of her personal life. Despite these struggles, she continued to work in television and theater, earning respect for her resilience. In recent years, Jackie Joseph has largely stepped back from the public eye, with little information available about her current activities. Her legacy remains in the hearts of fans who remember her for her memorable performances and the strength she displayed throughout her life.
Now from encore. I'm killing the main event.
J. Pat O'Malley portrayed Sam Petrie in the 1961 television series The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character known for his quirky charm and comedic timing. O'Malley's role as Petrie showcased his ability to blend humor with a touch of vulnerability, making him a memorable part of the ensemble. After the show, O'Malley continued to work in television and film, lending his voice to various animated characters and appearing in numerous guest roles. However, his life was not without challenges. O'Malley faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his career and relationships. He also dealt with the pressures of maintaining relevance in an ever-changing entertainment industry. Despite these difficulties, he remained a beloved figure among fans. The last known information about O'Malley indicates that he passed away in 1985, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his contributions to entertainment and the complexities of his personal life.
What are you thinking, Rob?
I'm trying to think of some other business my brother can go into.
In 1961, Don Rickles portrayed Lyle Delp in The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character that showcased his sharp wit and biting humor. Lyle was a friend of Rob Petrie, often bringing a comedic edge to the scenes with his trademark insult comedy. This role marked a significant moment in Rickles' career, as it introduced his unique style to a broader television audience, solidifying his reputation as the Merchant of Venom. After the show, Rickles faced various challenges in his career and personal life. He struggled with a transition from television to film, often being typecast due to his comedic persona. Despite this, he found success in stand-up comedy and became a beloved figure in Las Vegas. However, his life was not without hardship. Rickles faced personal tragedies, including the loss of close friends and family members, which deeply affected him. He also dealt with the pressures of fame and the toll it took on his relationships. In his later years, Rickles enjoyed a resurgence in popularity, appearing in films and television shows, including a memorable role in the animated film Toy Story. He continued to perform until his health declined. Rickles passed away in April 2017, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and a complex life marked by both triumph and tragedy. His last known information reflects a man who embraced his craft until the end, remembered for his humor and resilience.
On Popeye Theater. On Popeye Theater? Yeah, that's what Ollie Boyle called Popeye when he didn't know how.
Dabbs Greer portrayed Chaplain Berger in the 1961 episode of The Dick Van Dyke Show, a role that showcased his ability to bring depth and sincerity to a character that provided comfort and guidance. Greer's performance resonated with audiences, highlighting his talent for embodying complex emotions in a seemingly simple role. Following this appearance, Greer continued to work steadily in television and film, often cast in roles that reflected his gravitas, including parts in classic series like Gunsmoke and Little House on the Prairie. However, Greer's life was not without its shadows. He faced personal hardships, including struggles with typecasting and the challenge of maintaining relevance in a rapidly changing industry. Despite these obstacles, he remained dedicated to his craft. In his later years, Greer dealt with health issues, including a battle with cancer, which he faced with quiet resilience. The last known information about him indicates that he passed away in 2007, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and a reputation as a respected character actor. His life story serves as a reminder of the complexities behind the roles he portrayed.
Tonight? Oh, gosh, I forgot.
Maury Amsterdam portrayed Buddy Sorrell in the 1961 television series The Dick Van Dyke Show, bringing a unique blend of humor and charm to the character. As a comedy writer and friend to Rob Petrie, Buddy was known for his quick wit and playful banter, often serving as a comedic foil. Amsterdam's performance was marked by a distinctive style that resonated with audiences, making Buddy a beloved character in television history. After the show ended, Amsterdam's career continued in various directions, including appearances on game shows and in films. However, his life was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. In the late 1970s, he was involved in a scandal when he was accused of making inappropriate comments during a live performance, leading to public backlash. Despite these difficulties, Amsterdam remained a figure in the entertainment industry until his passing in 1997. His legacy endures through his contributions to comedy and television. The last known information about him highlights his enduring influence on the genre, even as he faced the shadows of his personal life. Larry Matthews portrayed Richie Petrie, the charming son of Rob and Laura Petrie, in the 1961 television series The Dick Van Dyke Show. His character was known for his innocent humor and endearing antics, capturing the hearts of viewers. Matthews' performance was notable for its authenticity, showcasing the complexities of childhood in a comedic setting. After the show ended, Matthews faced challenges that diverged from his early success. He struggled with a transition from child star to adult actor, finding it difficult to secure significant roles. Personal hardships included a battle with depression and the pressures of fame, which led to a reclusive lifestyle. In the late 1970s, he distanced himself from Hollywood, seeking a more private life. Despite these struggles, Matthews found solace in family and pursued interests outside of acting. As of the latest updates, he remains largely out of the public eye, focusing on personal well-being and maintaining a low profile.
You ought to be ashamed trying to cheat the government.
Jerry Van Dyke portrayed Stacy Petrie, the younger brother of Rob Petrie, in the 1961 television series The Dick Van Dyke Show. His character was known for his comedic charm and often served as a foil to the more serious Rob. Van Dyke's performance brought a unique energy to the show, showcasing his talent for physical comedy and timing. After the series ended, Jerry faced significant challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched the acclaim he received on The Dick Van Dyke Show. His career included a mix of television appearances and stage performances, but he often battled feelings of inadequacy. In his personal life, Jerry faced hardships, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce. He also dealt with the shadow of his brother's success, which sometimes led to feelings of resentment. A notable incident in his life was a serious car accident in 2013 that left him with lasting injuries, impacting his mobility and career. Despite these challenges, he continued to work in entertainment, appearing in various shows and films until his later years. The last known information indicates that Jerry Van Dyke passed away in January 2018, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and struggle.
To make. We stole them from you to show you how desperate I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to help.
Mary Tyler Moore's portrayal of Laura Petrie in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show marked a significant moment in television history. Laura, a modern housewife, was both charming and relatable, breaking stereotypes of women in the early 1960s. Moore's performance showcased her comedic talent and depth, making Laura a beloved character. However, behind the scenes, Moore faced personal challenges. She struggled with the pressures of fame and battled alcoholism, which would haunt her for years. After the show ended, Moore's career flourished with her own series, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, but her life was not without turmoil. She experienced the tragic loss of her only son, Richard, who died from an accidental gunshot wound in 1980, a devastating event that deeply affected her. In her later years, Moore became an advocate for diabetes awareness, living with the condition herself. As of the latest updates, she passed away in January 2022, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and talent.
I am not sick.
Well, let's just see if Dr. Jacoby says you're not.
Rob Petrie, portrayed by Dick Van Dyke in the 1961 series The Dick Van Dyke Show, became an iconic character known for his charm and comedic timing. Van Dyke's portrayal of the witty television writer navigating the complexities of work and family life resonated with audiences, establishing him as a household name. However, the success of the show masked personal challenges. After its conclusion, Van Dyke faced struggles with alcoholism, which he later acknowledged as a significant hurdle in his life. His marriage to Marjorie Wardlaw ended in divorce, leading to a tumultuous period marked by personal reflection and growth. Despite these hardships, he found solace in his craft, continuing to act in various roles, including film and stage productions. In recent years, Van Dyke has remained active, participating in charitable endeavors, and making occasional television appearances. As of the latest updates, he continues to inspire with his resilience and passion for performance, embodying a spirit that defies age.
Well, anyway, I was sitting at the breakfast table, wondering if I'd ever be a daddy, fixing a piece of toast I really...
Anne Morgan Gilbert portrayed Millie Helper in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character known for her quirky charm and unwavering support for her best friend, Laura Petrie. Millie's role was pivotal, providing comic relief and a relatable presence in the lives of the main characters. Gilbert's performance was marked by a unique blend of humor and depth, making Millie a beloved figure in television history. After the show ended, Gilbert faced personal and professional challenges. She experienced the heartbreak of losing her first husband, which deeply affected her. Despite this, she continued to work in television and theater, appearing in various series and films, including a notable role in The Nanny as Fran Fine's grandmother. Gilbert's life was not without controversy. She faced struggles with typecasting and the pressures of Hollywood. In her later years, she battled health issues, including cancer, which she fought with resilience. The last known information about her indicates that she passed away in 2016, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and a profound impact on those who knew her.
Not only the pipe, but he has been getting dinner invitations, expensive gifts.
Lenny Weinrib portrayed Danny Brewster in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character marked by his comedic charm and quirky personality. Danny, a friend of Rob Petrie, often found himself in humorous predicaments, showcasing Weinrib's talent for physical comedy and timing. This role was a stepping stone in his career, allowing him to display his versatility as an actor. After the show, Weinrib's career continued in various directions, including voice work in animated series and commercials. He lent his voice to characters in popular cartoons like The Jetsons and Scooby-Doo, further establishing his presence in the entertainment industry. However, his life was not without challenges. Weinrib faced personal hardships, including struggles with depression and the pressures of maintaining a career in a competitive field. He also dealt with the complexities of family life, which included a divorce that left him grappling with emotional turmoil. In his later years, Weinrib became somewhat reclusive, with little public information available about his activities. The last known details suggest he lived a quiet life away from the spotlight, reflecting on his past while navigating the shadows of his earlier fame.
Well, then how will I know what not to say?
How?
Richie?
Alan Melvin portrayed Sam Pomerantz in the 1961 TV series The Dick Van Dyke Show, a character known for his comedic timing and memorable interactions with the main cast. Melvin's role as the quirky, yet endearing, friend added depth to the show's humor, showcasing his talent for both comedy and character work. After the show, Melvin's career continued to flourish, with notable appearances in various television series, including The Brady Bunch and All in the Family. However, his life was not without challenges. Melvin faced personal hardships, including the struggles of maintaining a stable family life amid the pressures of Hollywood. He experienced a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce, which left him grappling with emotional turmoil. Despite these difficulties, he remained a beloved figure in the industry. The last known information about Alan Melvin indicates that he passed away in 2008, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and a complex personal story that reflects both the highs and lows of a life in entertainment.
Long before he understands it.
Sure, can't get over that. 6 years old and he reads. You know, I was 6 years old, I couldn't even wave.
As we wrap up our look at the Dick Van Dyke Show, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia for a series that shaped television comedy. The show, which first aired in 1961, not only showcased the incredible talents of Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore, but also tackled real-life challenges faced by its characters, such as balancing work and family life. The iconic episode where Rob and Laura sleep in separate beds was groundbreaking for its time, reflecting societal norms while pushing boundaries. The chemistry between the cast brought warmth and humor into living rooms across America. Many viewers grew up watching this show, and it likely influenced their own family dynamics and comedic tastes. Did you watch the Dick Van Dyke Show during your childhood? What memories do you have connected to it? We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences are a valuable part of the legacy of this beloved series.
Are you sure you don't want to think it over a little while?
No, I told you I thought it over.